so many black guys are being recruited by ISIS in America because the terrorists have introduced themselves to black Americans saying that we are your friend and we understand what you're going through. And Louis Farrakhan and others have been recruiting blacks in prisons and jails around the country for a long time, and no one has done anything about it or said anything about it. And I have been saying that this should not be happening. Louis Farrakhan is an evil man, and yet he's allowed to recruit in this manner angry black men and now women. And so I'm not surprised that ISIS is able to do this. You're going to see more and more black American men and some women, because they're angry and in a fallen state, they don't see that these people are their enemies and not their friends. So it's going to happen more and more and more. Blacks have been told that Christianity is the white man's religion, Islam is the black man's religion, so jump on board. And they're foolish enough to do it. Not all, of course, but they're foolish enough to do it because they can't see what's going on. Here is the first soundbite. This is from Fox News on this situation in Philly. Fox News report on Edward Archer, the Philadelphia cop shooter.
At the time of heightened fears about terrorism nationwide, an ambush on a Philadelphia police officer in the name of Islam. Officials are trying to figure out exactly what motivated suspect Edward Archer. Fox News confirms that the FBI is looking into trips that Archer made to the Middle East over the past few years. Brian Yennis is at the intersection where the shooting took place on Thursday night. Brian?
Leland, well, the FBI is now looking into two recent trips that Edward Archer took to the Middle East to try to determine whether or not he has any terrorist ties. The first trip in Saudi Arabia in 2011, where he visited for several weeks, reportedly on a pilgrimage to Mecca. The second trip in 2012 to Egypt, where he went for several months, though why he went is still uncertain. I am standing right where the shooting happened on Thursday night. Officer Hart in his patrol car, stopping right here as the shooter came running from that corner where the building is, firing 11 gunshots. The entire thing caught on that surveillance camera up top. The chilling video capturing the horrific moment the suspect shot at the 33-year-old officer, at one point firing a stolen police 9mm semi-automatic pistol at arm's length from inside the patrol car. Miraculously, despite being shot 3 times in the left arm, Officer Hartnett manages to chase, shoot, and wound the suspect before collapsing and calling for backup.
Shots fired! Get those scream! I'm shot! I'm bleeding heavily! All cars stand by. We have an officer shot.
That's major, folks. In America, the United States of America, I have to tell you, I blame Barack Obama as well, because he has created this environment by confirming Black Lives Matter and all those idiots who've been going after cops. Angry black people believe that the white police officers are the problem now. And whether being Muslim or not, you're going to see more and more of this. Let's see here. Officer is recovering, and Edward Archer shot the cop in the name of Islam. We're going to take a break. When I come back, we'll have this for you. And his brother said it's because cops mistreat black men. And that's where it is, folks. Barack Obama, Louis Farrakhan, the so-called entire civil rights movement, so-called leaders, many of the black preachers have convinced angry black men and women, and these people are angry not because of racism, because we all know now racism does not exist, it's never existed. They're first angry because of not having fathers in their lives, and then traumatized by their black mothers and grandmothers. It starts there, but it's not dealt with in such a manner. They're not told They have not been told how to get over that. They have been told that it's white racism. And when you're angry, folks, I'm telling you, it is almost impossible to believe the truth. The officer, thank God, that was shot there in Philadelphia is recovering. And this Edward Archer, the cop killer or shooter, and he did it in the name of Islam. And his brother also said that he believed that cops mistreat black men. Listen to this.
Hartnett is in critical but stable condition. Police tell us he's doing okay this morning. He suffered a broken arm and nerve damage. Meanwhile, Archer, an ex-convict who was scheduled to be in court for unrelated charges on Monday, confessed to police that he pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State and attacked Officer Hartnett in the name of Allah.
He certainly was targeting police. It wasn't just targeting a motorist driving down the street. He knew who he was shooting at, and my God, I mean, the way he's got his arm inside that vehicle, I mean, he knew what he was doing. He was trying to assassinate this police officer.
The FBI is searching 2 Philadelphia homes associated with Archer and are looking into online activity that could determine whether he was self-radicalized or had any direct contact with radical Islamic terrorist groups. So as the FBI tries to determine terrorist ties, the Philadelphia Inquirer reporting that Archer's mother says that she knew nothing really of these terrorist ties, but she says that her son had psychological issues and was speaking to himself recently and that she thought that he needed to get help. Meanwhile, Archer's brother says he doesn't really think it's about the terrorist ties, but that he believes that his brother had issues with the way police mistreat African American men. Clearly, the investigation still very much ongoing, Leland.
I would want to know, where does thug, ex-convict get money from to go overseas? He ain't got no money. He doesn't have any money. Where do you get the money from? Follow the money trail. Ex-convict, no one is surprised about that. And this idea that black men are being mistreated by police officers is a lie. But it's been out there so long, no one has disputed it, and now this idiot believes it, as most black people do. It's another lie that is out there in the same manner that the lie about racism is out there. We got to correct these lies that are out there, folks.